Yo! It's Floppish back. And today, I will show you how to get the ultimate Blox fruit setup. And by that I mean, the best fruits, swords, fighting styles, races, guns, accessories to get for your setup. I will also show you some ways to upgrade and enhance your setup. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The fruit is by far the most important thing you need in the setup. The fruit that you are using dictates the swords, fighting styles, guns, and race that you're gonna use. There are a lot of OP and versatile fruits in this game. Some fruits are better at one thing than other fruits, and worse at other things. So you are going to have to choose a fruit for your needs. I will be showing the best fruit for you, based on 4 categories. There are PvP, mobility, fun, and versatility, as in being able to grind, do raids, and do C events efficiently. Firstly, for PvP, I recommend Kitsune, Buddha, or Do. These fruits are easy to learn and have a relatively low skill cap, especially for Kitsune and Buddha. But if you want higher skill, but higher reward fruits, I recommend you to use Light, Portal, Magma, or Rumble, as these fruits can be much better options than the previous 3, if you are skilled at PvP. Next, for mobility, I recommend Portal, or Light if you're on a tight budget. These fruits can be used to move around the map quickly, which is much more important than you think. But if you want some fun, I recommend Rumble, Light, or Kitsune. Last but not least, for versatility, I recommend you use Buddha or Magma because those fruits can basically do everything that a player would need. Those are basically all the fruits that can cater to my 3 categories. Once you have a fruit in mind, you should eat it, level up the mastery, and boom, you're basically done with the fruit part of this video. Now we shall move on to the next part of the setup. Race, although not as important as the fruit, it's still essential to your setup. There are 6 races in the game, but only 4 of them will be useful. Mainly Ghoul and Angel races. Angel is more PvP based, while Ghoul is more versatile. But I will show you all of the main benefits that each race can give, but we'll start with the Ghoul race buffs. Firstly, when you unlock Ghoul V2, you will unlock the ability called Life Leech. This basically means that when you hit a player or an NPC with your fighting style, you will regain some health back. And when you unlock Ghoul V4, you will be able to gain Life Leech by using anything, and as a bonus, you will have a dark circle around you. If you manage to get someone in that circle, you can blind your enemies, slow them down and passively deal damage to them for some time. But we shall move on to the buffs and benefits of the Angel race. Firstly, the main buff of the Angel race is in its V4 ability. When transformed to V4, you will have the ability called the King's Rule. If you've unlocked this ability, you can slow people, and even stun people who are close to you, and at the same time, you will deal damage passively. You can also fly while transformed, if you've unlocked the second V4 ability. Those are the main buffs of the best races. You can also use the Cyborg and Shark races. But in my opinion the Angel race is the best for PvP, and Ghoul is the best for overall versatility. But we should move on to the next part of the setup. The fighting style is super important, as it is one of your main damage dealing weapons. Damage with the fighting style scales with the melee stat, which means that the higher the melee stat, the higher the fighting style damage. The fighting style is also a useful asset in everything, such as PvP, as it can be utilized in your combos, and farming/grinding, as you can use your fighting style to spam and deal a lot of damage. But I will show you what fighting styles to buy. Firstly, I recommend you focus on getting the Sharkman Karate fighting style, as it is one of the most versatile fighting styles. It can be used for PvP, grinding, etc. It will cost 3 million money, 5,000 fragments, and you'll need to level up the Water Kung Fu fighting style mastery to 400. Then you will have to talk to Digrok the Sharkman NPC, at the Forgotten Island. The next fighting style you should get is the Sanguine Art fighting style. Sanguine Art is extremely OP for PvP due to its Life Leech, OP stuns, and crazy damage. In order to buy this fighting style, you will need 5 million money, 5,000 fragments, a couple of materials, and a Leviathan heart. then you will have to talk to the ShisuiXI NPC. In my opinion, those are the two best fighting styles in the game. But, I recommend you get other fighting styles, such as E-Claw, G-Human, and Dragon Talon. We shall move on to the next part of the setup. Although not as important as the fighting style, the sword is still incredibly useful to have. Because it can help in PvP, and it can help you travel around the map as well. Let me show you the best swords to get, and there are a lot of good swords in this game. Firstly, the best free-to-play sword is definitely the Cursed Dual Katana. This sword can be used to PvP, and you can use this sword to travel around the islands. Secondly, you should get the Spiky Trident. This sword is also really good for PvP, as you can pull people towards you. And this sword can be used for movement as well. Some other swords I recommend you to get are the Shark Anchor, True Triple Katana, Dragon Trident, and Gravity Cane. These swords are also really good for PvP, I just don't have enough time to give them the credit that they deserve. The reason why I didn't show you how to get these swords, is because it will make the video too long. But now we shall move on to the next part of the setup, aka the guns. The best gun in the game, is definitely the Soul Guitar Gun. The Soul Guitar Gun can be used to start and extend combos in PvP. The Z move can also be used to stun people, though it has a relatively small hitbox. Some honorable mentions are the Acidum Rifle, Kabucha, and the Serpent Bow. But these guns are too specific. They can be super OP when used with the right build, but just like the swords, I won't be showing how to get these guns, because I will be yapping for an eternity. Now we should move on to the next part of the setup, aka the accessories. The main accessory I recommend you to use is the Swan Glasses. You can get this accessory by killing the Dawn Swan boss at the second sea. When you equip the Swan Glasses, you will get 8% extra defense against all attacks, 8% extra damage, 25% extra movement speed. And last but not least, the Swan Glasses will give an 8% reduction to all cooldowns. But now that we've covered all of that, we shall move on to the last part of the setup. Last but not least, you can upgrade your swords and guns, and make them stronger. Just by talking to the blacksmith NPC. You will need a couple of materials in order to upgrade it though. You can upgrade it even further by using scrolls and rolling enchantments, but I don't got time for that. That is everything that you need for the setup. I've explained what fruits you should use, what races, fighting styles, swords, guns, and accessories to get, and how you can upgrade your setup to make it even stronger. And that is how you get the ultimate Blox fruit setup. Make sure to subscribe, like and comment something on this video, even if it's something simple like yo or hi. I worked really hard to make this video, so please subscribe. Anyways, Floppish out boys.